Like, it's not even snot. It's just water. Like, the texture is just like dripping and yeah, I'll lick it up. Dude, I had a rough day. I'm not gonna lie. It was rough. But I had like the worst allergies I think I have ever had in my life today. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And I decided to go shoe shopping like an idiot, thinking like I could survive in public with like 8 tissues. Okay, I was armed with 8 tissues. And I had used I don't want to talk about it. It's kind of gross. I used every millimeter of every tissue, and I went searching back through my used tissues for dry spots. And then I gave up because I ran out entirely of real estate on my tissue. So I used my sleeve. And then, no, it was so bad, guys. It was so bad because I was already out shopping. Okay. So I needed these shoes. Okay. Oh my God, it was actually horrible. And I decided to get these it was the first, there's these Prada shoes. I was like, I really like them. They look so comfy. And so I decided to go to, I wasn't going to originally buy Prada shoes. I was going to go to just look at some shoes at Nordstrom. And when I was there, I went to the Grove, and my allergies weren't that bad, but let me start from this. Okay. So on the way to the Grove, I'm driving, and I run out of 7 tissues. I'm like, I have 8. And I was like, surely this will be enough. Okay. As I am going on my drive, I am blowing my nose, and I'm like, okay, this is not good. I'm running out. My mucus was really watery today, like really, really watery, and my eyes are all red. I was like, this is bad. And I'm counting my tissues to see how much I have left. And I was like, okay, all right, I got 1 left to make it through my trip to the Grove. So I'm walking through the mall, and I get to Nordstrom, and I was like, I just need a pair of black heels. That's it. Just need a stupid pair of black heels. That's it. And so I'm looking, and I get attacked by I get a snot attack where mucus just pours out my nose, and it's like the texture of water. Like, it's not even snot, it's water. So I can't control it. So it's like dripping. It's like dripping down, and I try to catch it with my sleeve. Guys, you don't know what. Dear, it was just a really, really bad time for me. Okay, I've never had this happen to me. I was Googling, why is my snot water? It's not even snot, it's just water. The texture is just dripping, and I catched it with my sleeve. And then I was like, I look in the mirror, it's all red, my eyes are red. I'm too afraid to make eye contact with anybody for fear they see me. Okay, and so I take my last tissue, and I was like, this is it. This is what I got. Okay, I use my final tissue, and I'm really spare with it. I have used the top half of it, and I'm holding on to the bottom half. Anyways, finally I make my way over, and I see these shoes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, those look so nice. And then the guy's like, oh, they're completely sold out. They're really comfortable. And I was like, dang it, I didn't even want these shoes until you told me they're sold out. And he's like, yeah, they're gone at all of our locations actually. And I was like, I must have them. And he's like, yeah, I'm so sorry, boo. And then as he's talking to me, more snot comes out. So I was like, sorry, gotta go. So I turn around, and I was like, no, my new mission now is to buy these shoes. And so I was like, okay, so they're from Prada. And I was like, I gotta go to Prada. Where the heck is Prada? Well, none other than the fanciest street in all of the world, Rodeo Drive. So I was like, well, I'm only 10 minutes from Rodeo. I surely can get over to this, to this place with 0 tissues. Okay, I'm not armed. It's a really bad idea, but I'm like, okay. So on the way to Rodeo, I was like, okay, let me stop at a pharmacy. And so I was like, oh, a CVS. So as I'm about to turn into the CVS, I chicken out because there's too many cars. So I was like, it's fine. I'll get to the next one. I drive. And then there's a Ralph's grocery store. I was like, and then the parking looked really bad. So I was like, it's okay. This is fine. So I decided to just park my usual park. I find this little spot up this parking lot. I'm on the 4th floor, and I'm sitting in the car, and I have a snot attack again. And this time, I have no tissues. So I'm staring at myself in the mirror of my car, and there's just snot coming down my nose. So I was like, yeah, I'll lick it up. It also tastes like nothing. Okay, at this point, it's just fluids. Okay, I'm sneezing, and when you sneeze, you have to snot more. Okay, so you sneeze, and then I'm so sorry, guys. This is so gross, but I have to tell you what I went through today. Okay, okay, and I think it's her fault. No, it's not your fault, honey. Nothing is your fault. Okay, go on. Okay, so okay, mind you, my allergies were so bad before I went that I bought 2 different air filters, and I was looking up for like 30 minutes the top air filters reviews. Okay, I'm on like airpurifier.com scrolling like what is the best rated HEPA air filter I can buy for cat dander, for dust, for anything. I'm vacuuming my house. Okay, also what sparked this? Oh, I forgot to talk about this. I forgot to mention we have horrible internet. So that's one thing. I forgot to start this stream with the internet's been horrible. So just in general. Okay. So yeah, we've been effing. So I can't guarantee. I just wanted to stream because it's been forever. No tissues. Trust me. Okay. I've been going through boxes of tissues. Okay. Boxes. It's not good. And I've been trying to be as sparing with these because these are valuable resources, guys. Very valuable. I've never understood. Like, I don't know if I can look at a tissue the same because, like, I used every little millimeter of 8 tissues today. It was like all I wanted in my life today was more tissue real estate. It was not good. No, it wasn't. Okay, get that Kleenex sponsorship. I don't have one, but I think I'm open to it if anyone would like to sponsor me. Puffs, I really am a big fan of this product in particular. I love it. The Puffs gentle and soothing one. See, this is why I'm not going to get sponsored because I just basically did an ad read. Whatever. Okay, so I'm in the car. Okay, looking at my reflection, thinking, wow, this is really bad. My eyes are swelling, my face is itchy, and I'm snotting everywhere. But I gotta go to Prada. Okay, here I go. So, get out of the car, and I'm walking down the street, no tissues. And I start to realize, okay, this is bad if I get a snot attack, but I wasn't getting one. But I walk into the store and they're like, hi there. And I make sure not to make too much eye contact. But this lady greets me and they pair me up with this lady. And she's like, hi, what are you looking for? And I just show her a picture of the shoes. And she's like, oh, right here, this way. And I was like, oh, you have them? I was like, could I try them in a 7.5, please? And then she's like, yes. And as I'm talking to her, the snot, it starts pouring. So I was like, oh no, right? So I looked really rude, but I was trying to maintain conversation while never having her look at me. Cause then she would, and I contemplated asking for a tissue, but I don't know why. I didn't want her to think I was suffering. So I didn't. So there I am in the Prada and I'm asking for the shoes, and I had never been more grateful at the exact moment when she turns to go get it in my size. I was like, oh, thank God. And I took my sleeve and I was like, okay. And I covered my first layer of my sleeve in snot. And then I had to move to my left. And she brings the shoes out. I was like, oh, hello. So then I come sit down. And dude, when you lean down, when your face leans down, gravity was my new op. Okay, it like forced the snot out like a faucet. So I was like, oh no. So I'm like, but I was trying to do it really softly so she wouldn't notice that I was suffering. And so she didn't. But it was coming down. And so I whipped my head to the right so she wouldn't see me. And she's like, how do they fit? I was like, oh, they're really good. I'm gonna walk down to the mirror just to see how they fit. So I walked down to the mirror, my strut going, the snot pouring. It was so gross. I get to the front of the mirror and I'm just standing in front of the mirror for way too long, pretending to look at the shoes, but really I'm just like looking in the mirror at her to see that she's not looking at me. And then I'm like, okay. And then I like take up all the real estate on the sleeve. So now I roll it down and I'm on the inside. And now that's my new tissue. Okay. Cause can't explain how snotty I was. Like, oh my God, it was like horrible. And then I came back and then unfortunately I had to like try it in a different size. So I had to do the whole gravity thing again. And then I got self-conscious. So I start looking at the cameras. I was like, oh my God, this is a Prada. Like they, so there's someone on the cams looking at me. Okay. And they know like, oh God, it was gross. It was disgusting. So then finally I leave. I get the dang shoes. She was telling me about this great purse deal they have. And I was tempted to even peek. And I was like, nope, I'm not interested. I'm so sorry. I gotta go. I zoom out. got my bag, and I go to a pharmacy. I find a pharmacy, and it's great, okay? I run into the pharmacy. I see the Kleenex. I grab one, grab two, grab three, and then snot comes pouring again. So I whip my head away from the cashier, and I dive for the chips and pretend to like look at the chips, but really I'm just like, okay. And I'm staring at the chips, and there's just snot coming down. And I was like, let me just let it all fall. And I'll debate, and there was only freaking Pringles. And I realized how much I don't really F with Pringles when it was my only option. I was like, is there really nothing else besides Pringles here? So I just stared at the different flavors of Pringles. So I know I still take a Pringles sponsorship. Listen, don't let it deter you. If you work at Pringles, don't like take my name off. I still like Pringles. It's just that like, when I was thinking of, like, I would like to be presented with other options, you know, and especially today. I was like, dang, I wasn't in the mood for Pringles. Maybe it was the snot, my allergies, you know, I was off. So, anyways, I'm staring at all the Pringles options, and I decide to grab this bag of chips, and I grab some Allegra allergy medicine, and I grab some Vaseline because at this point my skin is just raw. You know, it's raw because I've been snotting all day, rubbing different materials. So I needed Vaseline to put around my nose. Okay, so I need Vaseline. I got 3 Kleenexes. I got my allergy meds, and I got my chips. So I went there, and then I checked out. I had to time it when I wasn't snotty, so I went, and then I went to checked out really fast. Didn't make eye contact with the cashier, like so rude of me. I could feel her looking at my head, but I didn't want to look up at her because my eyes were so red, and she was gonna make eye contact with my snot. So I was like, nope. So I ran out the door. I was like, everybody thinks I'm rude today. So then I sat outside, you know, admiring Rodeo Drive while I blew my nose. Finally, after an hour, I got my hands on a tissue. It was a great feeling. And then I just started eating these Maui, you know, those Maui Hawaiian onion chips. Oh my God, they're so good. So I was like, and I popped the Allegra. And then I saw a coffee shop across the street, and I waddled on in. And then there was a cashier there, and I was like, nah, I can't make eye contact with anyone. So I had to order. I was ordered out. So I didn't want to look up at the menu, like, you know, it's behind him. So I was like, can I get a menu, like a physical paper menu? He's like, yeah, right here. So I was like, cool, thanks. So I literally asked for a paper menu so I didn't have to look at him because my eyes were I was just so agitated. So I looked down and I was like, the beep and pop. And I saw that it had bell sprouts and onions, but I was like, surely it really doesn't. No, it did. Okay, so then I had a really bad lunch where I felt like a toddler. I was like sifting through my thing just to find rice and meat. Don't like onions, and I don't like bell sprouts. I even gave them a shot, you know, but I just don't. So I tried the bell sprouts, and I was like, like bell sprouts aren't as bad as onions. Onions are at the bottom, and then peas, and then bell sprouts are like edible, but they're not good. Are you okay? Zarin asked from YouTube. Okay, wait, it's not done. Okay, my day was still bad. Okay, it was still really bad. So then I'm in the car and I'm driving home, and you know, I've been pouring snot for at this point probably 3 hours, 4 hours, and I'm still sneezing, like just, and then every time I sneeze, give it 15 seconds, and then I get a snot wave. And it's just water at this point, and I'm tired, my eyes are tired, and I'm just physically exhausted from the allergies. I've never had this happen ever, except one time in Hawaii for Janet's birthday a year ago or something ago, so bad that I had to like leave. I was like, goodbye everybody, I'll see you in a couple hours, but I'm not in a state to associate, like I can't be around people. I can't, like I'm just non-functional. I just have to hide. So then I was driving back, sneezing, and I was getting really tired. I was like, whoa, I'm getting really sleepy. I think I'm just like physically exhausted from sneezing so much. So then I go into the parking lot, and I still frozen. Still frozen. I pull in, and I slept in the car. I've never